everybody, welcome to a very special edition of the Owner's Box. It is our second annual Owner's Box Fantasy Breeders' Cup draft. I was worried about that, but I think I got it. Incredible guest joining us for the second year. Everybody came back, so that means it probably worked for year one. I'm seeing some nodding heads. Jay Privman is here. Gabby Gaudet is here. Michelle Yu is here. We're going to go through all of the Saturday races. We're going to do a draft. It will be in snake order. We have a wheel we're going to spin. But before we do that, I want to welcome each of our guests. Jay Privman, first of all, thank you again for joining us. It looks like you're playing once again for the Gregson Foundation.
Yes, very proud to represent the Gregson Foundation, which provides scholarships to backstretch workers, and a number of the children of backstretch workers, I should say, and a number of them have gone on to do some great things. So really happy to be representing them.
Fantastic charity. Thank you, Jay. Gabby Gaudet at home with a very, very small child. Her
mommy of two.
St. Jude Mom Club. Special story that you're playing for. Just take us through that a little bit.
Yeah, it's crazy to say that I have kids right now,
Kids,
not just a
plural.
kid. Kids, plural. So my charity, I'm playing for St. Jude, and I've actually spent some time with Margot Mott over the summer. She's the same age as my son Crew. She's a little over 2 years old, and they're friends. And unfortunately, Riley, her father, and Megan, her mom, they found out that she has a very rare brain tumor, and she's undergoing treatment right now at St. Jude's in Memphis. So it's a situation that's very near and dear to my heart. And fortunately, they've been able to raise a lot of money on behalf of Margot for St. Jude. So just want to contribute in any way that I can, because, we're really, really pulling for Margot right now.
All of us are pulling for Margot. I ran into Bill Mott this morning. It's just a great family, and it's really neat that you're doing that. Appreciate it. Michelle Yu is here, my partner in crime, who has been working at the Breeders' Cup every morning like a mad person. Michelle, who are you playing for this year?
So this year, since you took CARMA, which you obviously should, I went to the CARMA aftercare charities to see who I thought could use a little bit of help. And I'm going to spotlight Sandia Creek Ranch Auxiliary Foundation. Kirsty Wiley is
awesome.
the mastermind behind there. And they actually have Red King, a former Little Red Feather performer who was recently at the Retired Racehorse Project and absolutely crushed it. Red King, by the way, is actually en route to Santa Anita right now.
Yep.
He's going to be paraded or showed, or I don't know what they're going to do exactly. He is going to be showcased this Breeders' Cup weekend. He's a wonderful aftercare story. He's obviously gone through the CARMA program. So for me, it is going to be Kirsty's Foundation that helps with some of our California retirees.
All great charities. Obviously, I'm going to play for CARMA. Aftercare is not an afterthought, and I got the money last year for them. We're going to try to do it again. So here's how it's going to work. I already said $2 win best plates, win place bets. Easier said than done. Whoever has the most money wins. You can take any horse in any Saturday Breeders' Cup race, snake draft. We're going to do a spin the wheel thingy to see who goes first. Let's bring that up right now, and we're going to start the order. Go ahead, spin it. It's already on me.
Looks very sophisticated.
Very sophisticated. First pick is me.
That's not.
I'll give up the first pick. I don't care.
Yeah, I was giving like a little humble brag a minute ago. Like I got the money.
I got one last year. It's okay. Okay, second pick, AJ. Oh, I love this. Look, it only has 3 now. I was worried about that. Second pick will be Michelle. Of course,
totally
it's our show.
Totally not rigged.
It's our show. Then it'll be now between Gabby and Jay.
I'm gonna.
They haven't really treated us well as guests, Gabby, have they?
Did it have little celebratory stuff last year when we did this? This is incredible. Okay, third is Jay Bird, and then Gabby. Right. So Gabby
gets back-to-back picks.
You get back-to-back picks. So you're the turn. I'm the turn. I have to make. I didn't. You know what? This is crazy. I didn't think I was going to have the first pick. Okay, I'm going to go. My first pick. I'm going to go to the Filly and Mare Sprint, and I'm going to take Society.
Ooh.
Yeah, little upset. I think Goodnight Olive's going to take a ton of money. She's on the rail. I didn't think it was a very deep race. I thought it was just those two. and I think Society will be the biggest price. She's outside, and I don't think there's a ton of speed in there, and I think she's going to have her own way. She's been very good for Steve Asmussen and the Winchell clan. So who next? Any comments on that little surprise that I went there?
That was my strongest pick. Like if I had a number one pick, that was going to be my pick. So
Okay.
Thank you, Billy.
Thank you, Gabby.
Great
Society
start.
off the board. We go to Michelle, you, number one pick. I can't believe you're studying. You don't even have anything written down.
Well, look, this is what I'm thinking right now because I was thinking
Gold Phoenix?
I was thinking
Is it
Cody's
Gold
Wish.
Phoenix?
No, it's no. I was thinking Cody's Wish
All right,
because I
Cody's
think
Wish.
he's the most logical winner. But I was also thinking Zozos because he's going to be a gate to wire horse, and maybe Cody's Wish doesn't catch him. But I'm gonna hope Feel Good trumps everything, and I'm gonna say Cody's Wish for my
Cody's Wish in the dirt mile for Michelle. Last year's winner, obviously one of the greatest stories in horse racing. It's an amazing thing, and I think everybody will be rooting for Cody's Wish. Let's go to Jay Bird. Jay Privman with your first pick.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the distaff and take Idiomatic, who I think is in the best form of her life right now, and I just think she's continuing to progress, and I think she's one of the more likely winners on the Saturday card. So Idiomatic.
Let me ask you a quick question about that race, Jay. They're not necessarily fast, like super fast speed, need the lead type speed, but there's a lot of those types of horses that are on or near the lead in that race. Where do you see Idiomatic in that race?
That's one thing I like about her. She seems to be able to adjust to a situation. She can lead wire to wire, but she has sat a trip before. And even though, like you said, there's a lot of potential front runners in the race, I don't see a lot of breakaway speed. Like last year, for instance, Society was in the distaff instead of Blazing Pace. I think the pace will be contested, but not hot.
Okay, very good. Gabby Gaudet, 2 picks. So take your time. You get 2 picks here. I look at the smirk. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if she's excited about these picks. I can't tell. Where are we going?
I have to change my strategy, and I know that I want one, but I'm back and forth between the other one. I want search results in the distaff.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I actually really like her in there.
Okay.
You could maybe save her for later. Who's your other horse?
Yeah. I mean, no, she could have, but she took her. That's her.
Yeah.
That's
Because I don't know if anybody else wants her, and I don't
maybe
want
she doesn't think it's a deep race. Exactly. Yeah. Let her do what she wants to do. All right. Who is your second?
I thought she was like feeling things out for us. That's all.
Look at the board. I like the board.
Yeah, this is what I wanted to see. I've been trying to keep it on the side. I like it here.
Okay. All right. Gabby, second pick.
My second pick, I'm going to go with Inspiral.
Oh, oh, man. Dang it. All right. Why Inspiral?
Well, I like that reaction.
Mm-hmm.
I just think she's really hitting her stride right now. I can remember like in the beginning of the season, her connection saying that it really took her a long time to get going this year. They kind of took their time getting her to the races. They missed the lock-in. I just think that every single race this year has been getting better and better, and she's going to put on her best, and her best would win.
I think it's a great pick. I think she is, to me, one of the most likely winners on the card. So good job there. We're going back to Jay.
And I'm going to go to the grass mile race. And even though he's got a wide draw, I just really loved Master of the Seas race at Keeneland last time. And I think he can overcome the draw. And I'm hoping that because of the draw, he's going to be a better price than he might have been if he'd have drawn closer to the rail. So Master of the Seas in the mile.
I think it's a really good pick. I think he's the best horse in the race. I do think the draw is it could hinder him. I mean, he is way out there. Yeah,
the success rate for wide draws in the mile at Santa Anita is actually a lot better than you.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, good to know. Good to know.
6 perfections. Caraconte was 14 of 14. So
there you go.
I like this horse.
Okay, Michelle, this is your second round pick. I love that she just looks at the form and just skipping races. Go ahead.
Well, I was really torn between 2 horses. Inspiral is what Billy. There you go. Thank you. I couldn't type. They were asking
I got
in the
it.
comments. I couldn't decide between 2 horses in the mile that I really liked.
Okay. You're still going mile, even though Jay just took mile, because you could have you have other options here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the two horses I love are Maj. She's been training so good.
Yeah.
And I'm just a huge Songline fan. I have been since Saudi.
Of course.
But Maj's odds are going to be better. So I'm just so torn. Crap. I'm just going to go Songline.
Okay.
I followed her all around. I'm going to go Songline.
Songline in the mile. What kind of price do you think you're going to get on Songline?
A crappy one.
What are you eating?
Oh my God.
You know you're on camera.
I know, but I've been up since like 4:30.
I know. No, I'm not blaming you. I don't know what it is.
I'm starving. Oh, so we had some filet mignon, so I seared it up real quick. And I had some leftover like bread. And I put some provolone, some red onion, and some horseradish. And then I put it in my panini press. So it's like a steak panini.
Okay, I am so excited right now because I get two of my top horses of the day. First of all, I'm gonna go Motorious in the turf sprint.
Oh!
I think Motorious, I think they're gonna blaze up front. I think this horse, I saw him school today. He was kicking and bucking. He is ready to run for my guy Phil D'Amato. We will be rooting for them. And I'm gonna take Motorious in the turf sprint. That's my second round first pick. My third round, we're going right back around. I'm going to take Mostadaf in the turf. I think he is dominant. I know King of Steel is good and Augusta Road and Ernesto and all these Europeans, but I think Mostadaf is the standout in there. And I love my team right now. I'm so excited. I literally have the chills because I'm going to win again. And you guys are going to be all bummed and think that I have this fixed. So Motorious in the turf sprint, Mostadaf in the turf. Michelle, we're back to you.
Well, since you took Mostadaf, who I have been stalking out here, and I didn't end up picking on top because of his Ofer record at the distance.
Yeah, okay, big deal. He's never run on this kind of turf. That'll carry him.
Yeah, that might.
Okay.
I mean, I was really looking at Augustus Rodin. I really like Up to the Mark.
Wait, there's other races.
I know. I just, when someone takes a horse,
listen, Jay Privman has to get on the freeway in like 20 minutes. So you should
He's
really
like flipping through pages.
Just trying to look at my PPs.
Seriously,
All right. Here we go. Is this Win Place or Win Place show?
Just Win Place. Come on. Jaybird is dying. For not only does he have a pick, but he has to leave soon. And Gabby's got a crying baby in the other room, probably.
Seriously, though.
You're looking at your PPs. You should be prepared. Look at her. Wow. This is tough.
I'm trying to figure out what I want to do.
I'm going to go Zandon.
Zandon. Interesting. In the classic for Michelle. Zandon, recent winner for Chad Brown. I believe
because
yeah,
he's very reminiscent to me right now of Vino Rosso, the way he's been training. He looks like he's flourishing here.
Yeah.
And that was how Vino Rosso was, and he wasn't one that was super playable on paper.
Makes a lot of sense.
I mean,
and you're going to get a great price.
I think, I was going to use White Abario, but I just felt like this horse will be a better price, and he's either going to run top 3 or he's going to be out of it,
Okay.
Like
all right.
out of
Zandon, that was our first classic pick. We go down to Jay the Man Privman.
So for me, the filly and mare turf was kind of a 2-horse toss-up, Inspiral being one of them. But I also like Warm Heart almost of an equal basis. Yep. And so I don't want to get stuck with, what for me would be a distant third choice in that race. So I'm going to step into the filly and mare turf here and take Warm Heart.
That makes a lot of sense there. I think that guy who trains her is pretty good. He's won a lot of breeders.
He does okay.
He's figuring it out, right, Jay? Warm Heart.
I think he might do.
Warm Heart for Jay in the filly and mare turf. That leaves Gabby with 2 picks. Now, Gabby, look at the board really quick. There are some races that you can really get in your first pick, and there's others that you may not need. Like you may not need a mile horse right now because it's just me and you in that race, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so strategize here. If there's someone you love, maybe in the dirt mile, you think that race is kind of short, or the sprint is wide open, you can take anyone you want in there. No one has taken a sprint horse yet. So what's it going to be? You have 2 picks.
Yeah, I'm going to do Gunite and the sprint.
Ooh, okay.
That was where I was going to go, Gabby.
I was too. Gabby, that's twice good picking from you because I'm assuming outside post, Elite Power didn't run that well last time, even though he's been dominant all year. Gunite has defeated him before. Are these kind of your thinking here?
Yeah, I mean, I know that Elite Power beat him at 3/4 in the Vanderbilt a few starts back, but I just think good post position. This horse is coming in, turning back in distance, which I like. He stretched him out to the mile. I think he's just going to be really fine-tuned and sharp for the cutback in distance in the sprint. So Gunite for me,
Okay.
and then
Gunite in the sprint for Gabby. I'm stalling here. Michelle is done with her lunch.
Yeah.
Okay. This might not be the best strategy, but I don't want to lose him. I had two kind of strong opinions in the turf, and Mostadaf was one of them.
Okay.
And I just think if Mostadaf's probably going to win, I think he's the likeliest winner in there. But Up to the Mark, I just think has had a sensational year. So I'm going to go ahead and scoop him up.
He definitely has. There's no question. Todd Pletcher and the Rapoli crew, Up to the Mark has been outstanding. Just won a grade 1. If you looking just one real quick, he had a choice between the mile and the turf. Seeing how how tough the turf turned out, do you think maybe they're saying, hey, maybe we should have gone in the mile?
I don't know. I think it's a vote of confidence, though. I mean, I'm pretty sure that they probably realized who was going to be pointing for both races. And if they think he's stronger at this distance, then, you got to trust the connections.
Up to the Mark for Gabby. Those are her two picks. She takes Gunite in the sprint, Up to the Mark in the turf. Jaybird, look at the board. Where are you going?
I'm going to go to the classic, and I'm going to take Dutro.
Love it.
I think White Barrio is going to sit a great trip.
Behind he schooled at the gate today, by the way, and looked fantastic.
His work was terrific the other day, and I just think he's going from strength to strength. So White Barrio in the classic.
I think he's the most likely winner. I think he probably goes off favorite. If any of you out there read Thoroughgraphs, he ran a -6 last time. There's a couple of schools of thought. Will he run anything close? If he runs that race, he's going to win. Will he bounce? Who knows? But you're right. Dutro is the man, and he's been training great. After a couple of little hiccups along the way, Jay, does it worry you kind of where there's smoke, there's fire? He had a little, the shoe problems. That doesn't bother you at all?
No, not because the reason being, Billy, that he's worked subsequently since all that, and I thought his work was fabulous. So to me, whatever minor issue he had between works was resolved, and he showed that he was fine, and he's come back and galloped strong out of the work. So to me, it's all systems go.
I'll add to that for you guys, just because Emily Ellingwood, who works for Ryan, gets on him every single day. Sure. And even like the first time that he missed a work, they pulled the shoes off and he went barefoot and was 100% fine. And then like they put the other shoe on that was too tight. And again, when they fixed that shoe, it was perfect. I legitimately think that that's a foot issue. And he has looked so stinking good every day. He's schooled at the gate today beautifully. I mean, great pick.
Great pick, Jaybird. Michelle, you are up, and I know you're ready.
I'm so ready. I knew what I was going to pick, and then I forgot. Who was I going to pick? Hold on.
Okay. No, we're holding.
I guess I just have to take Elite Power because.
Okay. Elite Power in the sprint. That actually, Elite Power carried me to victory last year in that race. That was one of my better picks of the day. Elite Power going her second straight Breeders' Cup Sprint, Belmont, and I believe this is his last race before he goes to become a stallion.
That's a horse I would breed to, by the way. Physically looking at him, he's a big colt. He carries like really good condition. He's got a nice mind. He's got a beautiful stride. He's got a fantastic pedigree, but he's still fast. He's super laid back, takes care of himself in the mornings. I mean,
that's a horse that I can't wait till we see some babies.
Yes, that's all very good points. Now I'm a little stuck. I got two picks. Oh, I got the distaff. I have no idea. I got the sprint. I got a couple of horses there I can pick. I got the mile. Mile's tough. You know what? I'm going to go in the filly and mare turf because Inspiral and Warm Heart are obvious. But I'm going to go with a horse that almost won the race last year, and I'm going to go with In Italian. Should love it out here. Chad Brown is pretty good. And I think In Italian on the lead might prove difficult to catch. I will say I'm a huge Inspiral fan. She will be one of my singles, but I'm going to go with In Italian in the Breeders' Cup, filly and mare turf. For my second pick, this is also a tough one. I'm going to go, I know there's 2 mile horses taken. You know what? I'm going to go with Michelle's pick. I'm going to go with Maj in the mile. I know she's coming back on short rest. Interesting thing about the mile, if you really look at this race, and Jay, maybe you can comment on it. There's not a ton of speed in here. This is a very strange Breeders' Cup mile. And when we say Breeders' Cup mile, it's a turf mile. We don't have to say turf mile. It was won in 2004 by a horse named Singletary. I don't know if you guys remember that. Gabby probably wasn't even born in 2004. Do you find this interesting that this mile really is, there's not a ton of speed in here? There's no real speedsters? Jay's
You should pick a speed horse.
I did. I think Maj will be close. And I think, I like to go the European angle. I might get a little bit of a price. So Maj in Italian, 2 very nice fillies. Look at this. I mean, I have Great Britain, Irish, Great Britain. I mean, I'm really Euro. I'm Euro heavy. All right, Michelle, you have a filly and mare turf, filly and mare sprint,
I'm gonna go Live in the Dream in the turf sprint. I thought that he made every pole almost a winning one over at Keene. 5 is going to work great for him. We know this turf course is going to be fast. He's looked really good every day. I lied. He didn't look at his first day. He completely turned inside out. Every day since then, he just lied. Well, I mean, he physically went fine.
You're hoping for a wire to wire. Yeah. You're hoping for a wire to wire effort from Living the Dream.
Try to hold off Motorious.
All right, Jay Bird, go ahead.
I'm going to go to the dirt mile and I'm going to take Zozos, just hoping that he can get loose and go wire to wire in there. And hopefully National Treasure won't put too much pressure on him. That was a race I had a little bit of trouble with, but I only ended up liking a couple of horses, and he was one of them, and Cody's Wish the other. So I better jump in and grab him now before I get stuck with something I don't want.
I think that's a great play. I think he will be on the lead. I saw him schooling earlier today. What a beautiful horse Zozos is. Interesting to see if he can carry his speed. He won at 1 turn. Interesting on the 2nd turn. Gabby, 2 picks from you.
Yeah. Man, this is kind of tough. Okay. This isn't like a type of horse that I would normally go for.
That's probably a good thing.
I just love his speed, his natural ability, and that's Saudi Crown in the Classic.
Okay.
I think it's going to be the real acid test. There's no doubt about it. But I just fall in love with horses that just have his type of front running speed. And I do think onwards and upwards for him, but it is going to be a tough test for him. So I'll do that. And then I have no idea because I don't really have a strong opinion in any of these other races.
Then take a price.
I think my price is going to, my strategy is going to be to go for these prices and hope for the best. So I'm actually going to go with, because all of the horses that I liked are gone in the mile, I'm going to go with Charles Spite.
Ooh, ran second last year at a huge price.
Yeah, huge price. And he's a horse that's always overlooked, and he runs these sneaky good races from time to time. I don't think the pace scenario really sets up for him, but I like the fact that he's on the rail, so he doesn't have to be too far back. So that's my price horse in the mile.
I think that's an interesting pick. I think we've all taken mile horses. The American horse that I actually like in there, I have a little bit of pride, is Casa Creed. I think it's another one of those kind of Cody's Wish type things, and these older horses. Casa Creed is just, he's on fire right now. How old is he, Michelle?
7, 8, 7, 8.
I love him. I just think his best races are at Saratoga.
I think his best races are at like that 6 3/4. That set like that.
It could be. I'm just throwing it out. No one took him. Just throwing it out there. Jaybird, you're up. You have a couple more. I think, how many do you have more? 3 or 4?
I've got 4 to go, and now it'll be 3. It'll be 3 after I take Augusta Rodin in the
Oh,
the
that
turf.
was easy. Sure. I was thinking you were going to go Augusta Rodin or King of Steel. I wasn't sure. But you go Augusta Rodin. Any reason? Were you close with the 2 3-year-olds? They run against each other?
To me, it's I like there's 3 horses in the race to me that can win. I'm not as crazy about King of Steel. I think it's going to be a tall order coming back on short rest after a really gut wrenching race over that boggy ground at Ascot 2 weeks ago. And the other 2 horses that to me are potential win candidates were already taken. So I better jump in. I've got a couple of bombers for hopefully in other spots. I've been fairly chalky here, but we'll see. Got a few more to go here.
All right, Michelle, where are you going? Let me look at the board, Michelle, really quick, because you don't need to take a turf.
Augustus Rodin got taken, and Up to the Mark got taken, and most of that got taken.
But you don't need to take a turf horse. You should wait for that because we've already taken ours.
I know. But then I feel like it feels good to finish off a category. You don't think so?
No, but that is terrible strategy.
Like Jeopardy.
Why would you take someone that you don't need? Just wait on that one. Horrible strategy. Take someone in the filly and mare sprint.
Okay, I'll take someone in the filly and mare sprint.
You can have Goodnight Olive. That's the favorite. I mean, she's going to be even money.
I'm going to take
Michelle. Really good strategy here. Poor Jay.
I'm going to take Kirsten Bosch.
Kirsten Bosch, coming from way out of it, hoping for a speed duel. She just won the Chillingsworth. She was impressive that day after a blistering 43 and change half mile. And the only reason I know that is because we were the horse on the lead. So that was really great. 2 picks for me. I don't have to take a classic pick. That's going to be my last pick because you guys all have classic horses, right? Jay has White Barrio. Who has Zandon? Oh, Michelle has Zandon, and Gabby has. So I don't need to go there. Here's the board. Thank you, AJ, for showing me the board. You know what? I'm gonna go Dirt Mile with my first pick because I only have 1 more of those, and that's Skippy Lawnstocking. I think huge price, very consistent horse. If Cody's Wish falters and if Zozos goes too fast, I think Skippy Longstocking is going to be right there in the garden. So I will take Skippy as my Dirt Mile horse. And then I'm down to Classic, Sprint, and Distaff, and I'm stuck. Oh, this is really hard because I think here's what I'm going to do. I think one of the California horses is going to run really well in the sprint. It's the final race on the card. It is Speedboat Beach.
Not the final race. It's the second to last race.
Oh, sorry. First final Breeders' Cup. Thanks, Michelle. Speedboat Beach came back like a house of fire. Dr. Shivel is a grade 1 winner, I think. And then there's the Chosen Brawn. And if you can't root for the Chosen Brawn, there's something wrong with you. He's a Calbred. I'm taking the Calbred Chosen Brawn. Adam Price to win the sprint. There you go. Chosen Brawn for me. I'm happy. I came away with him. Have you ever seen the Chosen Brawn? I mean, Jay, you have. Michelle, Gabby, this horse is unbelievable.
He's terrific.
I love him.
All right. You know what? And he's for my team, he's good in the clubhouse. Like he knows California. He could show Mostadif and Maj. So, you know, he can kind of take him around town with him, Motorious. I'm a big clubhouse guy, so I want some really good guys in there, classy guys. So, Michelle, you have 3 picks left. You have Filly and Mare Turf, which you don't need to take. You have Distaff or Turf. I would take someone in the Distaff, Michelle.
I'm going to take Desert Dawn.
Ooh, another Phil D'Amato trainee, Desert Dawn. She can't get by Adair Manor, but she's never had a real pace to run at. This could be the first time. I really like that at a huge price.
That's what I was thinking about, just taking Adair Manor, but I was just thinking if she gets beat and for some reason Desert Dawn can pick up the pieces, she's a way better price. And I thought the same thing about Pretty Mischievous. I actually think she has a probably better shot to win than Desert Dawn does. But the price on Desert Dawn, if she runs to her works, is just going to be fantastic.
100%. I like it. Okay, Jaybird, couple more picks for you. 3 more picks. Filly and Mare Sprint, Turf Sprint, or Sprint.
Right. So the sprint will be my last pick because there's
Right.
no, I don't need to weigh in yet.
Yep.
So I'm going to take a price in the turf sprint. I'm going to go with Jasper Crone, the Japanese invader, who's coming off good form. Is going to be a big price. Kind of a mystery horse. Never really run in a situation like this, but considering the price and I think there's enough pace in here that hopefully this horse can make his presence felt late. So Jasper
he's
Crone.
fast, right? Is he? I think he's fast. No,
he's not living the dream fast.
No, but he shouldn't be. He should be in front of Motorius.
Well, most horses will be in front of Motorius.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Okay. Good call, Jay. Good call. All right, Gabby. 2 picks. These are 2. You have 3 more picks total. These are 2 of them. Dirt Mile. You don't need to take because that could be your last pick. Filly and Mare Sprint. Oh, or Turf Sprint. You go anywhere. It really doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
I will say that I had such a strong opinion in the Filly and Mare Sprint. 2 strong opinions. I love Society, and I didn't like Goodnight Olive. I just think she's going to get overbet, and I don't really like the post position. I think it's going to be kind of like a race at Churchill where she gets boxed in.
Yeah.
It's going to be a really strategic move for her. So I don't have a strong opinion in the Filly and Mare Sprint. I'm happy to just take anybody who's left in there. So I'm going to leave that race. And I'm going to go with Roses for Deborah in the Turf Sprint.
Very nice. Very nice.
One of the reasons, or one of the strategies that I like, is a horse that's been overbet, and then finally she's in a race where she's not going to be overbet. You're going to get a nice price on her, and I don't think she really liked the conditions of the turf last time out. So Roses for Deborah for me in the Turf Sprint, and then I'm going to go with Stage Raider in the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile because it's Cody's Wish or Zozos in my opinion, and I think hopefully Stage Raider can get a piece of it.
Cherie DeVoe has really stepped onto the big stage this year. She's done a great job. I think you're onto something with Roses for Deborah. I'd be very surprised if she didn't run a very, very good race. I think she can stalk, get first run on the closers. I think she has Ired Ortiz. I think he's okay as a jockey. And that's a great pick there. Great pick there. All right, 1 more pick for Gabby coming up. You will have the last pick in the draft. Jay, you have 2 more picks. Where are you going on this one?
I'm going to go to the Filly and Mare Sprint, and I'm going to take a real bomber in here to hopefully, and that's 3 Witches, who's obviously going to have to run the race of her life, but I think the pace in this race is going to be on fire. And at 7 Ace, she seems to be improving. She's going to have to obviously step up. She's not a horse that I would be betting probably a lot of money on, but I think her value in terms of what her price is going to be and what that could mean for what we're doing makes her a play here and a small play, at least at the windows. So 3 Witches in the Filly and Mare Sprint.
I like that. I like where you went there. Yes, Gabby.
I feel like we've seen some crazy prices over the years in the Filly and Mare Sprint. No?
Bar of
like
gold.
Especially, Bar of gold when it was at Santa Anita. Yeah. So good strategy, Jay.
I like that, Jay. I like that. All right, Michelle, where are you going here, kid? I think you have, how many more picks you have? 2 or 3?
I'm going with the Moonlight.
I was deciding between In Italian and Win the Moonlight. I think that's, I have it.
What do you want, Charlie Appleby in the Breeders' Cup?
I have it right here, In the Moonlight, with a $sign next to it. Wow, I like that, Michelle. You know what? A little bit under the radar. Charlie Appleby's been incredible in the Breeders' Cup for the last 2 years. She's going to be a big price, and if she runs one of her better races, look out in there. I think that's a really cool pick. Good job, Michelle. I'm proud of you. All right, where's the board? I got 2 more picks yet. I got the Distaff and the Classic, and this will wrap things up. Oh, the Distaff. So the Distaff, maybe Jay, I might ask your help. I mean, I'm between Adair Manor or Randomized. Those are my 2 shots there. Do I go? You know what? I'm going to go with Adair Manor. She is on this crazy win streak. I know she hasn't beaten much, but she trains here at Santa Anita. She wins here at Santa Anita. She's like you said about Idiomatic. I think Adair Manor can also sit off or make the lead, whatever the case may be. And she's trained by a guy who has won a lot of Breeders' Cup races. So Adair Manor for me in the Distaff. try to make that happen. My last pick, the classic. I'm going Jay style here. I'm going Ushba Tesoro. I don't care about the gate bullshit. I don't care about what I care about is that this horse has looked awesome when he's not in the gate and not in the paddock. But on the track, when it matters, this horse has been awesome. I think if White Barrio doesn't win, I think Ushba Tesoro might get it done. I don't see any reactions from anybody. Like, I literally, Gabby's like listening for her baby. Jay is thinking about getting the car. No Ushba Tesoro fans? None?
I think he's got a huge
you
chance.
do better at the gate. You say you don't care because it's down the track.
Well, I'm just doing that for the show.
Okay.
Well, what is he going to do? You think he's going to just break dead last?
I don't know if I honestly, Billy, don't know if he's going to go in the gate.
Seriously? It's that bad?
Yes.
Oh, geez. Can I have a backup pick?
No.
All right, last pick, Michelle. Where are you going?
What's my last thing?
Your last thing. Oh, I didn't. That wasn't my last thing. I have one more. Did I not take my distaff? Oh, no, I did. Adair Manor in the distaff. Okay, Michelle, your last pick is the turf. Up to the mark has been taken.
I know. You guys took all the good horses.
Staff has been taken. Augusta Rodin. You have King of Steel.
It's the last round.
Yeah.
All the good horses have been taken. Except, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Wait, what race do you have left?
Since Billy didn't take Gold Phoenix, I guess I won't take Gold Phoenix.
Well, no, I mean, I can't take Gold Phoenix. That's not fair.
You could.
He's also going to be 80 to 1.
I'm not super confident in this.
Yeah.
What
about Ernesto?
Take Warlike Goddess. Sorry, Belmont.
The filly, Warlike Goddess, goes to Michelle for her final pick in the filly, the turf. She finished third last year, not without chance. Drew way outside. I don't know how that's going to be coming down the hill. But Billy Mott could have another big say in the Breeders' Cup. Jay, this is your last pick. You saved the best for last. Who you got?
Speedboat Beach for the sprint. Thought his comeback race was tremendous. Both his dirt races have been fantastic. So hopefully wire to wire for Speedboat Beach in the sprint.
I think you will be in front in there. I think that's an interesting pick. As I said, I was between the Californians. I didn't know which one. I went with my heart. Sometimes you go with your heart. Jay goes with his head, and that's why he is far more successful than I am. Gabby Gaudet, this is your last pick. And then before you guys jump off, I just want to go through. We're gonna read these. We're gonna leave these up so you can see who your teams are. And then, but Gabby, take one pick. Filly and Mare Sprint.
Did nobody take Goodnight Olive?
Nobody took Goodnight Olive.
That's kind of funny.
You said she was going to be. You said she was going to be overbet, Gabby.
I'm not taking her. I'm just kind of funny.
No, that's good strategy. You left it for the end, and you get Goodnight Olive. You get the morning line favor. You get a filly that won last year. Is in great form. She's the fastest horse in there, and why not?
Well, I'm still not.
Oh, you're not officially taking.
Honestly, in hindsight, if I don't take her, I might regret it because it might be the only. My only win of the week.
I think you've got a hell of a chance. I think you've got a good team. I think AJ is going to let's put in Goodnight Olive and let's call it a day.
Let's do Goodnight Olive.
All right, here we go. All right, so AJ, put in Goodnight Olive, and then each of you are going to read your team. Okay, so we'll have Michelle. You'll go first. AJ, put it up there. We're waiting for AJ. I think his name's AJ. Producer AJ. And Michelle's going to. Okay, so Michelle, you read your team. Start with the dirt mile and just go through.
Cody's Wish, With the Moonlight, Kirsten Bosch, Songline, Desert Dawn, Warlike Goddess, Zandon, Live in the Dream, and Elite Power.
What was your favorite pick that you made?
Ooh, good call. I think Cody's Wish is probably the most sure thing on my lineup. I'm a real big fan of Songline though.
Okay. And interesting that you have Elite Power, Warlike Goddess, and Cody's Wish. All
I know. That's why I said sorry, Bill Mott.
Yeah, Bill Mott horses. All right, Jay Bird, who you got?
We've got, let's see, Zozos, Warm Heart, Three Witches. Yeah.
Master of the Seas. Idiomatic.
Augusta Rodin, White Barrio, Jasper Crone, and Speedboat Beach.
Perfect. Jay, are you happy with your draft?
Oh, couldn't be happier. Unbelievably happy.
Your draft.
I'm gonna skip the 105 miles I need to drive right now.
It's pretty good. All right, Gabby, read them off.
All right. The font on my phone is like negative
You want me to
25.
read it?
Oh, want me to read it for you, Gabby?
We'll do
Stage
it.
Raider, I'm testing myself. Stage
Okay.
Raider, Inspira, Goodnight Olive, Cheryl Spite, Search Results, Up to the Mark, Saudi Crown, Roses for Deborah, and Goodnight.
Nice.
That's very good. Very good. Interesting teams here. I have Skippy Longstocking, In Italian, Society, Maj, Adair Manor, Mostadov, Ushpa Tesoro, Motorius, and of course, The Chosen Vron. This is the same $2 win bets, $2 win place bets. We will keep tabs. We will put it out on the internet. This has been brought to you by Open Stable and Epicenter NFT. Good luck to all the charities: CARMA, Gregson Foundation, St. Jude for Margot Mott, and Sandia Creek with Michelle Yu. You guys are all gems. Have a great 2-day Breeders' Cup at Santa Anita. Let's hope everybody comes back in really good shape. There are going to be some amazing races and some amazing horses. And who knows, if this is successful, we could have year 3 at Del Mar next year. But if not, if no one watches and comments, we will not be doing year 3. So love you. Love all you guys. Thank you.
Good luck,
Gabby,
guys.
give those.
Bye. Thanks, you guys.
Bye.
See you this
Good night,
week.
everybody. We'll see you Saturday at the Breeders' Cup.